Yeah, the 10851 would be the stolen, and the 459 would be the burglary. So it started in Gardena, and since it's on the freeway now, CHP is taking over the pursuit. They just took over about a minute
What kind
ago
of
or
Dodge
so.
Charger is that? I think it's white.
Northbound 110 freeway.
We'll call it silver because it's
Manchester.
dark at night and it's easy
3
to get away
units in the
with.
pursuit. There's also the helicopter
Eliana
overhead,
Moreno.
and at this point, they're about
In the air. News Channel 4. That just dipped out for a second. Hopefully it comes back. Because NBC has the worst cameras in the world. And signal. And we're back. Let me get this up and going. Where are we, people? That says 110 southbound. We are at the Century Boulevard exit, which is going to be taking us right past LAX.
northbound 110.
Which means I think we're going to be in restricted airspace here, if not already, very soon.
We are exclusive on this pursuit, so
Oh, a little flex there, Eliana, saying we're exclusive. It's only her in the air.
Here northbound on the 110 freeway coming up to Florence. Again, it's coming up as a stolen car and also
Stolen is the want. Silver Dodge Charger, getting off what looks like Fontana Avenue here on the southbound 110. Southbound 110 would have put us, we're just south of Downey, Norwalk. LAX restricted airspace here, getting off on Florence Avenue. Silver Dodge Charger XL, it's the XL version. Okay, I did not expect that.
So as long as he continues north, we'll be able to stay on it just fine.
I thought we were going north this whole time. NBC's graphics have been off so many times. It's always the opposite direction usually. Now they've adjusted it to north. But Silver Dodge Charger on the run here.
Maybe a Toyota. Him making a
Did you hear that?
eastbound turn.
She's like, exclusively in the air with you, Eliana Moreno, News Channel 4.
Moving away from the 110 freeway.
We are in restricted airspace, but now that we've gone far enough north, Eliana can catch up to it, and we are on side streets with a lot of the same names that you've heard in the past. We've got Florence Avenue, Southgate area, off the 110.
It's got some stuff in the back there
Pretty much
too.
South Los Angeles for those of you that are just joining us. Oh, shit! Oh, that was a tight squeeze there into wrong side of the road.
Flying all over the place there.
Units are in pursuit. You saw the red and blues lighting them up, so this is not tracking mode. And I imagine it's CHP as well. We're doing 65 miles an hour now on these tiny little side streets. There better not be a stop sign or red light coming up here, because this XL version of the Charger does not stop on a dime. That is through an intersection, no disregard for life.
That if you start running red lights, the ground units are going to back off and have this be surveillance only, so helicopter only.
Okay, you guys just heard. Since we're getting reckless, we're going to go into tracking mode. Luckily, that was a green light. If you see a red light perpendicular, that usually means it's either a green arrow or a green light. Another red, I think that was another green light.
Otherwise, this guy's just
75 miles an hour. There's another red light. Green light for the driver. Green light for the driver again. This luck is going to run out at some point. Since we're on time with this chase as well, we got a boogity. Let's go chase it, everyone. Little reset for you here with Eliana Moreno, News Chopper 4. We are in no mood to stop here. Hard right turn, Slauson Avenue.
And once again, if you're just joining us, I'm Eliana Moreno, News Chopper 4, alongside my pilot.
Oh, God. NBC, I swear. LeBron on the 2007 Cavs. Shitty camera, shitty signal. Hard left turn there.
Northbound turn on San Pedro. There you go.
He is flying, Divine. Welcome back. Thank you to everyone that has resubscribed to the channel. Much appreciated. Can't get to all your names at the moment, but I shall. Passport's on the way. Oh, pedestrian in the crosswalk right there. Did you see him doing the little backward shuffle? Saw all those red and blues coming. There are some advantages to staying engaged to the pursuit. Yes, the driver drives crazy, but the red and blues will make people aware that there is a reckless driver on the streets, and hopefully someone in a crosswalk like that will see it and back up and not get injured. Now, if you go into tracking mode, the reason for doing that is hoping that the suspect will calm down and start driving normally and not get spooked. But if this night sun continues to blast the suspect, they're going to know they're being chased by something or someone. The act of God above them, just putting them in a light. That'd be crazy. That'd be the biggest news bomb ever if Eliana went with Fox 11. That would mean they have Stu Mundell in the morning and Eliana Moreno at night. That'd be a super team. Yeah, that's a super team. They'd have both shifts covered. I mean, this is insane speeds, guys. The speed limit on this surface street has to be 25 to 30 miles an hour.
He's going about 70 to 80.
This is crazy speeds here. And this is Avalon Boulevard. There's, oh God, intersection, almost a T-bone there if he would have gone straight. And we went around the guy who was making a right-hand turn in his Dodge Charger.
Now, real quickly, I'm just going to do a quick report for our sister station Telemundo before resuming.
And you get this from Eliana too. Bilingual. She's going to do a Telemundo hit, and then she'll come back to NBC.
Buenas noches desde el helicóptero. Yo soy Eliana Moreno reportando sobre una persecución policial que se encuentra en el área del sur de Los Ángeles. Estoy a bordo del helicóptero con mi piloto Saro Garabetian y esta es una persecución que empezó en la ciudad de Gardena.
We've had a lot of chases that have somehow not ended poorly, but we are certainly due, knock on wood, for an ugly one. No one's rooting for someone to get T-boned. It's been a while since we've seen an ugly T-bone. That can very likely happen. If you don't want to see that, turn the channel. Good timing, Alec White. I agree. People have to understand, if you are watching this channel, you are susceptible to seeing something quite violent. We've just been very fortunate in the way that these chases have ended. So, discretion advised. He's looking, he passed up Jack in the Box because he's looking for Denny's. I mean, God, we're flying again. Stolen vehicles, the want on this. Oh God, that's so close, guys. Oh my God. Those lanes are so tight. Oh man. Intersection. Another lucky green light. Good advertising for McDonald's.
Back with you guys here in English. I was just doing a quick little report there for our sister station Telemundo. Central Avenue at 60th. We're a little bit further because we do have some airspace restrictions because of LAX. He's coming up to a red light here, wrong side of the road.
Oh God, oh God. That's red light. That is a serious red light with oncoming traffic. Oh God, yellow light. The last thing you want to see is yellow in the perpendicular lanes because then people usually try and get through there fast, thinking they can beat the light. Got lucky there.
Approaching Avalon. I don't think he has any units directly behind.
Eliana said she's on the north side of the LAX airspace, so as long as the chase goes north, she'll be able to follow. Good news is these cameras with their lens can usually zoom up to 8 miles away, so she's probably miles and miles behind this, but because she's God, she makes it look easy, and like they're right on top of it, right in the frame. That is the reason for potentially if we start losing this suspect, you'll know why. Just a 3-star pursuit right now, folks. But very dangerous. Night sun blasting. Units are, I think, back in tracking mode to try and calm them down.
Red lights that they were going to back the units off. So he's running red lights. So they did exactly what they were going to do. They backed off. Continuing westbound. About 55 miles an hour coming up to Maine, so back in the direction that we came. I'm hoping he jumps on the freeway. That would really be the safest thing at this point because it at least takes cross traffic out of the equation. It takes red lights out of the mix, pedestrians, some of those things that could really escalate this pursuit. Just made that northbound turn here onto Main Street.
What's that random light bouncing around?
So Saro just noticed that this guy's basically doing a circle. And so when drivers start to do that, typically that is because it is an area that is familiar to them and they plan on ditching the car somewhere and planning to take off running.
Noti Gang merch. I gotta think of a way to make it unique. Where's Downey PD? We're just south of Downey, maybe a little west of Downey.
Beneficial to officers as well, because they could try to put some spike strips up ahead of them because they could pretty much guess where he's going to be.
That's the thing too. Eliana just alluded to it. If you start making circles in the same neighborhood, that does allow the police department or the sheriff's department to start setting up spike strips in the area in hopes that you guess correctly. You get the suspect down, oh God, you get the suspect down one of your streets, you throw the spike strips out, you connect, and then you have a slow end.
So normally we'd be a lot closer to these pursuit vehicles, but because of the LAX restrictions in the area, that's why we're a little bit further away.
It's okay. I think
powerful camera here, so I'll zoom in as much as I can and give you guys the picture.
Okay, she just used up one of her zooms right there. We're on probably like 4x. That's 6x, 8x.
As you can tell.
She's on 2x right there. So she's got, oh, that's a solid red. No, that was green. It was just solid red on the left turn.
About 50 miles an hour. It's just still a fluctuation. Oh God.
Oh my God, there's a pedestrian in the road.
Pedestrian, oblivious to this vehicle being in the pursuit, just crossed in front of the car. Oh gosh, that could have
been so close.
Call for sure.
And it doesn't look like he's going fast, but he's going through red lights here. I just saw red and blues in the window, the reflection of the window in that building in the bottom left, which means red and blues are going to be up his ass very soon. That means they're in a distance on their way back. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, oh Jesus, through an intersection.
If he continues northbound on Main, it does help us to get a little bit closer, because once he gets closer to the 10 freeway, then we'll be able to get a lot closer to the chase. Again, that's due to airspace.
Chief of Stiff Arm, Chief of Staff MS, once again, giving out subs to this. All that person does, whoever you are, gives out subs to this channel. W's in the chat for free subs just given out. Chief of Staff, you are now the leader. You have just taken over the all-time sub lead from DJ Ryerson, 7775. I know the community is very thankful for your contributions, as am I. Still going here, folks. Making circles off the 110. We're on Main Street, Slauson Avenue. Central City, kind of South Central City-ish. That's 75 miles an hour, people on a side street. Oh my God, oh my God. That was so lucky. That person was pulling out and this guy's doing 70 with no chance of stopping. Solid red light.
Y creo que posiblemente está perdiendo un poco de control, pero está ahorita abajo de la autopista 10. Vamos a ver si sale en el otro lado. Ahí está. Posiblemente se va a tratar de montar a la autopista, pero estamos en el área de ahora del centro de Los Ángeles.
Oh my God, 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 oh my God. Another solid red that we almost T-boned. That's like the fourth T-bone we've missed by a couple of feet. Yeah, we're fishtailing too, making these turns. He's hitting the gas when he's making the right. If we're in tracking mode right now, I think they're going to re-engage, because if tracking mode doesn't calm them back down, then they usually re-engage and they just trying to end it by any means possible. That may mean innocent civilians, or one way or another, become collateral damage, but they have to make an assessment of the situation. And if it means like we got to take this guy out at any cost, then they're doing that for the big picture betterment of the society that they're in. It's a tough call, man, but if they're in tracking mode, oh, is he pulling over? I think he's using that pursuit tree. He may be pulling over. He's using the pursuit tree as cover. He stopped there for a second.
So he pulled over there for just a moment. We didn't really see what he did. I think the airship. Somebody possibly got up? Okay. Yeah, so airship overhead thinks that maybe he dropped someone off there when he pulled over.
Interesting. Might have had a little ejectocito there.
So it was impossible really for us to see, but the airship overhead believes that that's what he saw. So that's probably why he pulled over there.
May have just gotten someone out of the vehicle. Oh no, not parking garage. Not a parking garage. Oh no, it's a parking garage.
The 10 freeway.
That is the ultimate place to dump a vehicle. He's not popped out. Don't make a right. Don't make a right.
And possibly going to be working his way back towards the 10 freeway. Yep, entering the 10.
If you notice that the
So
if you notice that the PD is in tracking mode, get as quickly as you can to a mega parking structure, preferably in a mall or outdoor mall, that you can dump the car and just blend in with people. That's the way that everyone's been able to get away as of late.
And it looks like he's setting up to go 110
Because if they're in 110 northbound here, folks, we're interchanging to the 110 northbound off the 10.
Right by the CHP Central Division.
We're at the convention center. This is downtown Los Angeles. We're just west of where that area of the bridge where the arson occurred. 110 North is going to take us up towards like Dodger Stadium here in about 10-15 minutes as we pass downtown. But yeah, if the officer's go into tracking mode and the suspect pulls into a parking garage, it's almost impossible if that person knows how to blend in.
Next to the buildings here in downtown Los Angeles, we're just on the west side of the buildings.
Very, very popular road here. I don't know what's going on downtown, if there's a Kings game or something. Look at all those donuts. Oh my God, did you see all those donut marks in the middle of the 110? Have they been doing street racing on the 110 again? That's insane.
It was unknown how many
Dude, there was like 100 donut marks there.
It was a male driver and it was unclear on the passenger, but he did stop momentarily here in the downtown LA area and it appears like he did drop someone off. So at some point there apparently was a passenger, and now we're thinking it's just the driver, but of course there's the possibility that somebody else could still be inside. So 110 freeway at 6th Street.
Still 110, or is that an off-ramp? We do not want to be getting off downtown. We will lose this chase amongst all the tall buildings down there. Skyscrapers make it so hard to follow a chase. 110 North will take us up into...
It was CHP South LA, but now they're trying to see if...
Okay, that's one of the huge interchanges right there. I think that may have been a 10.
110.
Lane number 2 is
approaching the interchange with the 101.
Or the 5. It could be the 5 101 interchange. There's going to be 2 separate options here getting off.
Tuning one of my scanners to the CHP.
You see, it says, yeah.
Frequency.
He has 3 options here. He can go northbound 5. He can go. You see it? It says on the green sign right there. You saw the interstate for the 5. The 101 will take him there if he goes east on the 101.
There he is.
Okay, so we're going to be eastbound 101. This is going to expire really quickly.
Committed to the southbound 101.
So, I'm sorry, southbound 101.
So now
it's technically east. It goes east to west. Why do they call it north and south? Because it takes you up to like Calabasas and shit, and Oxnard. But it's really west. It's more west than north, but it's fine.
So, southbound 101 freeway.
Oh man, 95, 100 miles an hour, lane number 1 of the southbound 101 here. Yeah, 101 northbound takes you over to like the PCH, doesn't it?
4 lane. Okay, cool, there you go.
Oh man, big swerve.
The airship is back on
big rates of speed here. We're picking it up. Interchange coming up.
Approaching Mission Road on the 101 freeway. He may be exiting though. He may try to exit here at Mission. Yep, exiting on Mission. So I'm gonna widen out here. Can't really see from this side too well, but
he's still parked.
That he's at the off ramp. He's stuck behind a
Good job, Eliana. Stay on him, Eliana. We could see it. Hopefully he parks there for a little bit as the helicopter repositions. Eliana's got it. Nobody I would trust more. Okay, we're moving here.
Looks like the traffic is moving. He's at the bottom of the off-ramp.
It's going to be a right-hand turn lane, isn't it? We didn't make a right. Oh no, we're under the bridge. Paul Walker Challenge. There's a whole bunch of There's a whole bunch of freeways there. You can see the Sheriff's Department. That's Sheriff's Department. That's yellow and green. Under the bridge, we have a Paul Walker Challenge in play. Fucking bridges, man. Pursuit trees and bridges will be the death of me. He is under there.
So he's just underneath the 101 here at Mission. That's the sheriff's helicopter overhead. There's the truck.
Oh, there it is. Look how bright that night sun is from the sheriff's department.
Stopped.
You see a big green and yellow helicopter? That's sheriff's department. LAPD is usually black and white.
Closed, so
It doesn't look like there's anyone in the vehicle, Eliana. Zoom in.
I see somebody walking away there.
I think he might have ditched it. There's nobody in there.
Unit from the CHP is pulling up now. I kind of want to keep a loose shot because if we see somebody walking around...
Damn, this person's smart.
Yeah, there's a...
This is a Paul Walker challenge right now if he gets into another vehicle.
You'll notice him there. I did see that person walking away, but... At this point,
it could be anybody, though.
If that person has anything to do with anything. Unfortunately, we do have unhoused people that live under the freeway here, so it very well could just be somebody who lives here.
You go into tracking mode. You want to get rid of the helicopters?
You'll notice them there. That's who they're kind of keeping an eye on.
You want to get rid of the helicopters, man? You ditch your vehicle under a bridge, under an overpass. What is going?
Something in his hand. Some sort.
Looks like
it's hard to tell.
Looks like a kid.
Like a card of some sort. But I would think that if he was trying to run away from the police, he would have ran a lot faster than that. So at this point, officers are at the vehicle. They still have to clear it. But at this point, it doesn't seem like there is anybody inside.
Gone.
And this guy that we were watching isn't really making an effort to flee the area.
Blending in plain sight.
The airship
We've seen it before. It may have just happened again.
There and talk to that guy. Could you go a little more to the west side? Just so I can see the car as they clear it.
Where could he have gone, though? Because we didn't have an angle from behind the bridge. In the amount of time it took for them to pull up, it really couldn't have gotten away that far. Could it have been... Where would they have gone?
This was believed to be a male driver who was in the vehicle, but the doors are closed, so that's kind of throwing the officers off.
Could they be in the truck, like laying down? That'd be stupid.
The guy got out and closed the door, so they don't know if somebody's still in there.
Ninja.
We're at 101 at Mission. The guy with the straw hat's just behind the building there. Again, he may have nothing to do with this, but they just want to talk to him, try to figure that part out. This was stolen and burglary.
I'm afraid to say it, folks, but we may have a getaway here.
Okay, here we go. Officers are approaching the vehicle. They're going to clear it.
They haven't cleared it yet.
I don't know if anyone's in there.
They could just be laying down in the back seat.
Ran away, but we're about to find out.
I'm giving them all this credit for being smart, and imagine if they're just laying in the back seat.
They've got their guns drawn. Yep, they're clearing the vehicle now. They're not seeing anyone, so nobody in the car.
Gone.
So now we can try to focus our attention on that guy that's walking away. Because that may or may not be our guy. You'll see the nights in there from the helicopter.
As soon as he made that left-hand turn off the 101, knew it was game. Tracking mode. Tracking mode is so risky. These suspects are evolving, man. We've seen so many examples like this.
Code for abandoned, so that means nobody's in there. So our guy is on the run. Whether he's the guy in the straw hat or
could be hiding, maybe.
Is yet to be determined.
You would figure we would have seen someone walk out this side of the bridge. Eliana's angle, we couldn't see the other side where they got off the off-ramp. So it maybe could have walked back that way.
So we'll see if.
But they rolled up within, I would say, 45 seconds, right? And now they're just throwing the dice looking for anything. It feels like every second that goes by, this person just is increasing the equity of his getaway. Unless they're hiding.
One of our viewers, Robert, is asking if I think another car picked him up. Now that's a possibility.
That would be a Paul Walker challenge. It's been about a year since we've seen a successful Paul Walker challenge. That's where you dump your vehicle under a bridge and you switch and you get away.
Possibility is that the guy simply
remember that scene from the opening original Fast and Furious where they go in the alley?
Oh. Or that guy could have nothing to do with any of this. And
we're chasing not chasing, but we are searching, and that does not look like a police department that it knows where the suspect is.
Figure out if he was in the vehicle or not.
It was more than 45 seconds. It felt, yeah. Yeah, they had 1 minute without Eliana seeing, by the way. Without not knowing where the news helicopters are positioned up there.
And once again, if you're just joining us, this was a pursuit of a
to either find a hiding spot or to get away, to walk away through this.
Initiated out of Gardena, and then the CHP took over because the pursuit got on the freeway.
Buster was the one who was there for me. Great scene. We've had several people always asked, do they ever get away? Yep.
It was on the 110 freeway and the 101 and exited here at Mission and parked under the freeway. And then at that point, where the driver went, your guess is as good as mine. It could be a man that they saw walking away, or he may have nothing to do with this, and that was just a random person, and the responsible person, the person responsible for all of this is on the lam. So we're going to stay overhead for a few more minutes, try to see if officers are able to figure this one out. But again, this is in downtown Los Angeles, 101 freeway at Mission.
Might be GG's here. We're getting close to no code 4s. No code 4s tonight. We might have GG's.
Reportando sobre una persecución policial que acaba de terminar aquí en el centro de Los Ángeles, cerca de la autopista 101, más bien justo abajo de la autopista 101, en la calle Mission. El conductor de esa camioneta empezó una persecución con la policía de Gardena y eventualmente con la patrulla de caminos de California. La persecución continuó en la autopista 110 y 101 y el conductor paró abajo de la autopista y se echó a la fuga, y al momento se desconoce si es un hombre que fue visto caminando en el área o si posiblemente esa persona no tiene nada que ver con esta persecución y el conductor se fue corriendo del área. Al momento se desconoce, pero estoy escuchando el radio, por eso, perdonen la pausa, pero estoy escuchando el radio de la policía para tratar de agarrar más información. Por lo que estoy escuchando es que ven a 3 personas abajo de la autopista. Y al momento se desconoce si esas 3 personas fueron parte de esta persecución o si son personas que simplemente están caminando en el área. Pero como pueden ver, las luces ahí de los oficiales están siguiendo la búsqueda para el conductor. Pensábamos inicialmente que él era la única persona dentro del vehículo, pero durante la persecución paró por un instante y posiblemente dejó que su pasajero o pasajera se salieran del vehículo antes de que él continuó la persecución por unos minutos más, antes de que él paró abajo en la autopista y se echó a la fuga, donde la búsqueda continúa aquí en el centro de Los Ángeles.
He's a good boy. I don't want to say his name because I'll wake him up.
Yeah, I don't think they have found the guy with the hat yet, with the straw hat. This is somebody else over here.
He's a good boy. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I knew I shouldn't have said that. I woke him up. He's back to sleep. Eyes in the back of his head. He hears that. He thinks it's time for a walk. I also can't say... Sorry, I keep saying these buzzwords. Now I woke him up. I can't say the W word, and I can't say T-A-G-B. T-A-G-B. That gets him going. Or W-A-G-B.
Copy that. Thank you once again to everyone who joined us on NBCLA.com and all of our streaming platforms. I know you guys sent me plenty of messages on Twitter or X. We, of course, appreciate your viewership.
Twitter, Eliana.
This pursuit was just going so quick, though. I didn't have time to look down and look at your messages. But thank you for reaching out to us. We're going to continue to work this story. We're going to try to get you a final result here of what happened to this guy or anybody else who may have been in that vehicle on this pursuit here that ended in the downtown LA area and started all the way in Gardena. Police pursuit of a stolen car, also wanted for a burglary. But we're going to depart for now. We're going to have the latest on the NBC4 News at 11 o'clock. We hope you can tune in for that. Once again, from News Drop Report, I'm Eliana Marino, alongside my pilot, Sarah Garabetian. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you at 11. But prior to that, I should say, we actually do have another little newscast that's going to be after the football game. So for those of you watching the game, just keep it on NBC4, and we'll be...
GG's in the chat, folks. We have seen another one get away. Don't know what to tell you. We tried our best, like the Wizards. All right, folks, so that's going to do it for tonight. This 3-Star Chase has come to an incomplete conclusion, but pretty safe to say that this person is not going to jail tonight. We got merchandise, by the way. Top left corner of your screen, birdsintheair.com. Support the community. Appreciate Chief of Staff MS once again taking over the subscription lead. 77 subs given out. That is quite generous of you. Community once again thanks you for your contributions and generous donations. Other than that, gonna say goodnight, folks. You guys have a good Sunday. If you haven't followed this account and turned on your notifications already, please go ahead and do that, because that is the way you will be notified about future chases if you do enjoy this type of content. That is the best way to do it.